What is going on? I'm Zedmod. We are sitting here on the dev build, as you can tell by the level 80 and the million diamonds and all of that stuff. Now, gonna do things a little bit differently today. Instead of telling you about the trophies and the levels and the stages and the boosts and stuff, we're just gonna jump right in, attack stage 20, and then we'll come back and talk about it. So stage 20, we have the tank life leech 50%. We have the Scorcher health 50%. So I figured we would just throw Scorchers at level 20, see how it did, and then we'll come back and do a quick chat about all of the good stuff that's included. So let's get going, dropping straight into stage 20. Now, I've got Kavan loaded. Why, you might be asking? I don't know. I figured we might as well try Second Wind, coming in behind the Scorchers, see just how well Scorchers do with extra 50% health, and they also have some life leech. We'll get into that in a minute, but I kind of think, look at this, we got Doom Cannons hitting the Scorchers, and they're staying alive, healing themselves, have not lost any yet. Let's get Second Wind, get a few rifles out, just to get things rocking and rolling. Now, I'm very, very curious to see if the Second Wind rifles, look at that, even the Second Wind pink zombie crew rifles heal themselves. So Second Wind might be a very, very interesting a hero ability for this crab. It's yet to be seen, but the fact that the pink zombie crew actually do heal themselves is going to be very, very interesting. Let's pop that cryo bomb at the back. And look at this, just absolutely crushing stage 20. Now, so obviously, this is an account with Gbe Statues, and it is fully boosted, but still, those Doom Cannons did not take out our Scorchers just sheerly by the massive, massive amounts of health they have, and the fact that they healed themselves a little bit. So we're going to get rid of this machine gun just so some of our critters actually stay alive. I might have actually killed more of our critters than the machine gun did, but nonetheless, we're going to drop the rest of our GBE and critters. It's kind of interesting how Scorchers don't actually burn critters. You would have assumed they would have, but you likely know by now, as critters have been in the game for 3-ish years, that no problems with Scorchers and critters. So stage 20 taken down very, very easily. 0 losses, lots of GBE left over. All good stuff. Now we're going to pause right here. We'll be back in 1 second. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. You'll notice up here that I have 2 GBE statues. That's a bit of a change from the last couple crabs. People have been playing with 1 GBE statue, but with these tribes, we're going to need the extra GBE. I think you'll see people going from the 172 to more like 262. 2 GBE, 6 troop damage, 2 troop health. If you see anyone playing or recording or streaming or whatever with more than 2 or even 3 troop health statues, tell them they're doing something wrong, because Life Leech is all about damage. The more damage you do, the more your troops heal. So you want lots and lots of damage. I think 262 is going to be the best, but obviously I am not the crab expert. Now, first of all, let's get into the trophies. Not the statues, the trophies. This is what they look like. This is where you'll get them. Stage 10, stage 20, stage 40, and stage 60. I think for high-level players, you can basically get the diamond trophy, that awesome-looking vampire statue trophy, without any effort at all. I think this is going to be one of the easiest. I keep saying the easiest trophy ever, and then the next month they just make it even easier. So why I think it's going to be that easy, I'll show you right here. The boosts. The boosts start at stage 0, and you get 25% life leech to start with. Now, typically in previous crabs, you would get the new boosts at stage 11 and 21, but either through bug or through feature, they've changed it this crab. So this time it's going to be 0 to 9, 25%. 10 to 19, 50% life leech. And now obviously if you're using tanks, you're actually going to have 100% at that point. Stage 20 to 29, 75%. yada, yada, yada. But you'll notice here, instead of stopping as per usual at 4 boosts, it actually keeps going. Stage 40 to 49 has 150%. Stage 50 to 59 has 200%. We have never had boosts that kept going past the first 4 boosts that I can remember. If you remember something, please do point it out, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time ever. Now, I've only been allowed to look up to stage 50. I don't know if at stage 60 it keeps going, if this is going to go on forever, or if I have no idea. So I'm very, very curious to see what's going to happen there, because this is the first time ever. This could be very, very, very interesting. And for those players who are going to push for those later stages, this is going to be insane. Like every 100 damage your Scorcher does, it's going to get 200 health back. That is crazy. So all that extra damage is going to be so, so important. That's why I think a statue loadout like 262 or 172 is going to be the optimal for this. Because obviously you need your troops to stay alive, but you want them doing as much damage as humanly possible. So now that we've looked at the boosts, now one other thing, there are no GBE boosts. So we're not going to get the extra temporary gunboat abilities. Little bit of a sad trombone there, but overall not a big deal because there's just so much life leech. Now what we're going to do here, I'm going to switch to RCZM. We're going to diamond finish them because we have 1,000,000 diamonds. Then we're going to look at stage 50. Just see what this looks like. Now, stage 50 looks fairly simple. We've got a couple rocket launchers back here. We've got some shock launchers. Now, shock launchers, shock blasters, and shock mines are going to be your biggest thing you want to pay attention to on this crab. Because obviously, if your troops are shocked, they're not doing damage, which means they're not healing themselves. So be very careful about cryo bombs, shock mines, shock launchers, shock blasters. You get the idea. Now, let's just drop our troops and see how our CZM, fully boosted, of course, does against this layout. So we're going to get some critters out just for some distractionary measures, throw some even more critters, hoping to pop up that boom surprise, and then we'll just walk into this. I've got Critter Swarm loaded. Now this is Critter Swarm level 5 or 6 or whatever the maximum is, so we should be getting all sorts of critters out front. Now I kind of assume we're just going to breeze through this. I see nothing that's going to slow us down. I mean, we might as well shock those rockets just because, and then, I mean, stage 50, I kind of assume this is going to be a solo. I assume that last crab, people were able to solo all the way up from stage 1 to 56 was what I was told, which is insane. Now, obviously, those are the top players who are sharing attacks and potentially have pacer accounts or buddies sharing strategies with them and stuff like that. So not necessarily something that absolutely everyone can do, but I have lost not many rifles, and I'm just walking along behind my troops, dropping Critter Swarm every so often, picking up tons and tons of GBE in the process. I think I've lost most of my rifles to things like sniper towers and boom cannons and the like, but overall, we're just walking through this, absolutely crushing stage 50. And I'm not even paying attention. I've not used enough GBE. I'm sitting here watching more than anything with my mouth agape because this is just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's get one more shock on that microwaver, one more shock on that hot pot, and then throw some Critter Swarms out. Now, I have never played with Critter Swarm in the history of my life, so we're about to lose all of those critters to that microwaver. Shocked it way too early, but look at that. The rifles are actually overhealing a microwaver, which I have never ever seen before. Big mistake on my part, though. I mean, that should have not. There's no way we should have failed to that. Should have kept my shocks, used them way, way too early. I mean, I assume we could have overhealed all of those rocket launchers, and then we lost the majority of our troops to that microwaver, which is actually kind of a bonus because I'm not allowed to go past stage 50 or look past stage 50. So we're going to barrage our troops. We will fail this stage and then we'll come back with something different to give it a shot. So stage 50 looks like a fairly easy solo, especially if you're using armor. Let's get all tanks. Now, the thing about tanks this Mega Crab that you need to keep in mind. Obviously, we get an extra 50% Life Leech. So we are looking at 250% Life Leech on this stage, which is bonkers, bananas. So we're going to drop Bullet out front. Now, Bullet, I assume, is going to do... Actually, you know what? Let's retreat. What I want to do here, I want to see if Bullet actually heals himself. We've confirmed that the pink zombie crew heal themselves. I just want to confirm 100% that Bullet does heal himself, because if we can have Bullet go forward, heal himself, and have the energy drink, that's going to do a lot of damage. And I mean, you're going to be able to solo probably the first 10 stages, 15 stages with just Bullet, if that's the case. Not that you can't do that with primarily GBE. Anyways, let's get the bottle out just to get him out front. And then we'll see let's keep some things shocked, because obviously shock launchers are going to be a problem. Now let's just see if his health goes back up. I kind of assume it will. Look at that. So Life Leech does work with Bullet. That's going to make him out front with if you're going to use, say, Scorchers and tanks perhaps, or if you're going to do all tanks with Bullet. The fact that Bullet is going to heal himself is going to be absolutely huge, and it's going to make your troops that much more effective. I mean, Bullet has so much health, like ridiculous amounts of health. So the fact that the Life Leech actually applies to him as well is going to be fantastic. Anyways, let's clean up stage 50, call that a day, and then I will leave you to be. Now, I am not sure if I'm going to do a live stream or not. I've just finished getting a cellular pet plan that allows for 100 gigs of data per month, which is insane. The beauty of France, I suppose. So I'm going to try to stream using a personal hotspot. I don't know if it's actually going to work or not. I'm going to do a test stream, and then I'll let you know in the next little bit. Now, one of the bonuses about being in France is that my stream will start at a reasonable hour. Typically, my Mega Crab sneak peeks have to get uploaded at 5 a.m. It's going to be uploaded at 2 p.m. for me today, which is a massive, massive treat. I am really, really excited about this. And I can actually reply to comments on time. I can post to Reddit and to the Boom Beach forum, and just overall good stuff. So definitely an advantage of being in this time zone. And if you have any questions at all about the Mega Crab, about the bonuses, about all of that sort of stuff, please do let me know, because every time I think that they've kind of done it all and the next Mega Crab's going to be boring, they've added a little wrinkle. And the fact that they've added the boosts going past stage 40 is very, very interesting. It's kind of strange, the fact that they're changing on the 0 instead of on the 1 this time, but I prefer that. I mean, it makes a little bit more sense to me. Just to show you one more time what we're talking about, that's these boosts right here. Stage 50 to 60, 200%. I want to see stage 80. And the fact that it boosts, obviously the first 4 boosts are only 25%. Maybe we're going to get 4 boosts of 50% and then go up by 100%. I have no idea, but there's a lot of potential there, and it could be very, very... And again, this is just the dev build, so maybe that's just a bug in the dev build and the live build is slightly different. We will have to wait and find out. Anyways, that's it. That's all. I'm Zedmot, coming to you from the dev build with a sneak peek. Reminder, this is the dev build. You can't download it. There's no APK. It has to be sent to you from Supercell. You have to be invited. They have to lock down your device. All sorts of hoops to jump through. Don't ask. It's not a download. Anyways, I have to say that every time. I can't even believe it, but it is the truth. So that's it. That's all. I am Commander, aka Zedmot. This is another Boom Beach sneak peek for the January Life Leech Mega Crab. I hope you enjoyed. Hit me up in the comments or Reddit or the Boom Beach forums or Twitter or whatever it might be. Anyways, that's it. That's all. I'm Zedmot. Thanks again for coming in. Peace.